For award information, visit jdpower.com/awards.
The term Perfect 10 no longer applies today. Not when you can get a new home equity line from Direct Federal Credit Union. Get 15 years to use your line with interest-only payments and another 15 years to pay it back with smaller, more manageable monthly payments. All with an untouchable introductory rate of prime minus 1.51% for 6 months, then prime minus 0.50% for life. Get in on the perfect home equity line at Direct Federal. Apply today at direct.com. Annual percentage rate is very low. Able to Wall Street Journal prime rate minus 0.50%. Member FBA equal housing lender.
Do you have a Black 30 chip to damage bathtub? Don't replace it. Call Boston Bathtub. This is Christian from Boston Bathtub. We'll refinish your old tub and make it clean, shiny, and looking brand new again. Boston Bathtub's rapid coat technology means you can renew tub or sink the same day. We're proud to offer a 2-year warranty on refinished bathtubs, tile walls, sinks, countertops, and more. Don't replace it.
What's up, Mike? Peace and salute to you, man, on this Friday. Yo, Mike, did you hear about the White House speak on the Bayside mall in Miami? How they got the footage, and anyone who has the footage and tries to release it, they're gonna face legal action. So basically, you're gonna be subject to be arrested if you have that mall footage. Now, people was quick to say, oh, I debunked it. They debunked it, and that mall alien incident wasn't true. Why would they have over 150 cops out there on that strip? That never made sense to me. And the call got called over a fighting, right? Now, not to bring up my past, you know, but it's a point I'm trying to make. I've been in a mall brawl before. 150 cops never showed up. You know what I'm saying? Whoever the second person is in here, I don't know who you are. I only see Mike. You would have to write in the chat so I could salute you. But anyways, yeah, the White House speaker just spoke on that Bayside Mall in Miami alien incident, you know, and basically was saying that they got the footage. It's classified now, and the feds are still investigating, and said anyone who puts out any type of footage relating to that incident is going to face legal actions. Legal actions basically mean you're going to be arrested. Point blank, period. I just heard about the story. Yeah, it happened in January of this year. It happened January 1st. The first day of the year. And that shit went viral. It was all over social media, all over mainstream news. They was even talking about it. Now, I learned this a long time ago. Right, Mike? If I'm spreading lies about you, right, you're gonna silence me. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I'm telling the truth about you, yeah, you could get mad, you could get upset, but it ain't nothing that you're gonna do. But if I'm slandering you with lies and everything, you're gonna want to beat me up. So I learned a long time ago, only liars wants to silence the truth. You get what I'm saying? And that's what this corporation be doing. But yeah, the House Speaker just spoke on it. I just uploaded it onto my my YouTube channel. But yeah, I find that crazy. Not crazy, like I didn't think the White House would ever speak on it or they even got involved in it. That's crazy. But as far as them, you know, suppressing and all this other stuff, I'm not shocked about that. They've been doing that. They did it with the UFOs, you know what I'm saying, for years. Until recently, they wanted to start, you know, saying, oh yeah, there is UFOs out there and all this other shit. Like, listen, man, a lot of people just gotta wake up, man. Don't look for mainstream news to be your news source. Peace, Oshan, peace. Yeah, don't look for mainstream media to be your news source. You know, my information, you know, majority of the time comes from like independent journalists that don't work for no entities. You know what I'm saying? So they could actually report real news to you. But yeah, Oshan, I'm just speaking peace, peace, grand rising to you. Grand afternoon, grand evening, you know, wherever you at in the world, because it could be different time, you know, different time zones and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just speaking on the White House speaker speaking on the Bayside Mall in Miami alien incident. They said they got the footage and it's classified now. And it's still, the feds are still investigating the case. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things, man, that we got to stop believing and know that it's a fact. Because when you believe or you have beliefs, that still means you in doubt. You know what I'm saying? You fully don't know if it's true or not, but you got to know, you know? It's like telling someone, hey, your wife is cheating on you or your husband's cheating on you, right? Should be replying, oh, I know for a fact my wife ain't. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I don't believe my husband's cheating on me. That means you're still in doubt. You got to know, you know? But I just find it fucking crazy that the White House just spoke on it, on that incident. You know, come on. When it's the truth and it's a whole bunch of people saying the same thing, it change. It could be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. The truth will always be the same from a mass of people. But when you lying and there's a whole bunch of people lying, that's hard to remember the lies. You know what I'm saying? The lies is going to be all over the place. You know, by the time the second person is lying, it's not going to be the same lie as the first person's lie. It's going to be a bunch of lies. But the truth always stays the same. You know what I'm saying? The truth always stays the same. You know? The truth always stays the same. Hey, yo, Mike, that's my sports channel too, Maybach Sports. Whenever you get a chance, if you into sports, like I was trying to say yesterday, if you into sports, you watch sports, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or you just want to subscribe to my channel, it's Maybach Sports on YouTube, of course. You know, got my shirt on. I already have like 5 people that just subscribed to me. I had to stop and get gas at the gas station, and they're like, yo, is that your YouTube channel? I was like, yeah, and I looked at them crazy because, like, why would I wear someone else's YouTube channel? I'll promote someone's YouTube channel, but I wouldn't make a sweater. I wouldn't make a hoodie. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'll make it for a YouTuber. I'll definitely do that. Oh, yeah, Oshan, I don't know if you would like shirts done. I do shirts. You know what I'm saying? I do, well, not me per se. My homie does. I just, you know, do promotion. but he makes embroidery. Embroidery means you can wash it 1,000 times. That means it's printed into whatever you put it on. And then we do press too. Like this right here, this sweater's pressed on. You know what I'm saying? That's press. So over time that it keep washing, it'll fade. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we do clothing. Even if you don't, you don't have to personally buy like our clothing, because I'm part of a clothing brand called Push. And the Push stands for Promoting You, Showing Hustle. We could do anything for you. If you have, if you want a sweatsuit with your name on it, you know what I'm saying? We do it all. We do printing, we do embroidery, press, all of that. Thank you. I appreciate that. But yeah, man, I just find it crazy that the White House actually spoke on that alien incident that happened at the Bayside Mall in Miami. Again, when I first saw the footage in January, I just was like, yo, why would 150 cops show up for a fight at the mall? Again, I've been in a mall fight before, a brawl, whatever you want to call it. I've been in that back in the 90s, and not even like 20 cops showed up. You get what I'm saying? Not 20 cars of police officers even showed up. So how does over 150 cops shut down a whole strip? Then there was a story about the airport being shut down. Then they were saying there was no electricity and stuff like that. Like, come on. Like, some things can't just all be conspiracy. And the word conspiracy, the definition means to conspire in secrecy. So if you're in a relationship and you cheating on your girlfriend, you know what I'm saying? Or, the female's cheating on her boyfriend, that's conspiring in secrecy. That means you're doing something in secret. People think when you say, oh, conspiracy, it means that it's not true, but there's a thing called conspiracy theory where, they don't have a definite answer to something. So, years upon years of research, the person will be like, well, my theory is this, my theory is that. Scientists usually say, well, I don't have a definite answer, but my hypothesis is this. You get what I'm saying? Or is that? But, some people gotta stop waking up, man. For real. I had some conversations with a few people that's asking me who am I gonna vote for. I told them I may not vote, but I didn't tell them who I would and wouldn't vote, you know what I'm saying, for, because a lot of people get all in their feelings when you start talking politics. If you voting for the opposite person, they get all upset, they get mad, and why you voting for him, or why you voting for her, and all this other shit. It really doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? So if I feel like both candidates ain't worth my vote, I don't have to vote. I hate when people are sitting there telling people that they have to vote. No. The voting that actually we should be all doing, and we should all be telling one another to actually go vote, is for whatever city you live in, state that you live in, voting for, your mayors, your governors, your congressmen, congresswomen, select men, select women, stuff like that. That's what counts. The judge, you know what I'm saying? Who's going to be the highest judge in your state for the Supreme Court, or whatever it is in another country that you live in. That's the votes that really matter, and that's the votes that actually does count, because we have actually a control of that. We, the people, actually have a control of that. I don't know why people think that they have a control on a presidential vote. We don't. That's why it's called an electoral vote, and it's called population, a popularity vote. That's what it really is. It means whoever's more popular automatically is gonna win. And and listen, man, presidents are already selected. They're not elected. They selected 20 plus years in advance. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Every president that we had, they already knew they was gonna be president before time, ahead of time. They already knew that. But again, I'm not here to sway people and tell them not to go vote for, a president that they feel, that they like, or like the policies, or feel like, oh, this guy can fix the economy, or, you know, this person can, you know, give back and do this and do that. But, you know, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. You know, we was lied to about a lot of things. We was told that a guy discovered this country, when now the truth has been coming out year by year that he never discovered nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then he supposedly labeled black people, original people from this land, that they was Indians or, you know, technically speaking, Native Americans. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, come on, man. A lot of people we gotta relearn a lot of things that we was told to be true, which is all lies. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, again, I can't tell people what they can and can't do, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. You know, I can only teach my children what the facts and the truth is, you know, and stuff like that. Shoot, at a very young age, I knew there was no damn Santa Claus. We didn't even have a chimney in my house, in our house. When I grew up in the hood, we didn't have no chimney. So how did he come to the house? My father used to always make sure all the windows and all the doors was locked. So how did he get in the house and so-called give us Christmas gifts? You know what I'm saying? So my parents ruined that for me as a child and was like, listen, man, mommy and daddy got you and your siblings all these gifts y'all got. You know what I'm saying? Or you see that new outfit? Mommy and daddy, we bought you that. Or you see those sneakers you just got? Mommy and daddy bought you that. You know what I mean? So it wasn't about no Santa Claus. Grand Rising, peace and salute, Keita T. You know what I'm saying? So my parents told us the truth about a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Same thing when I was watching wrestling as a kid. My father was like, man, this thing is fake right here. He was like, the moves are real, but, you know, they fighting on a mattress. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, the body slams is real, the suplex is real, you know what I'm saying? The moves is real in wrestling, but they're not really trying to kill each other. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you body slam somebody on the hard concrete, yeah, they're gonna be hurt. You know what I'm saying? You hit somebody's head, pound somebody's head on the hard concrete, yes, you're gonna bust their foreheads wide open. You know what I'm saying? So my parents like told us the truth way back then when me and my siblings was young. You know what I'm saying? So a lot, and I did the same thing for my children. You know, my son is 2 years older than my daughter. I told him at 2 years old, he's like, Daddy, Santa Claus got me this? I'm like, no, mommy and daddy got you these toys, got you all these gifts. So he doesn't subscribe to the Santa Claus, you know, story. You know, same thing about Christopher Columbus. I told him 4 years ago during the, you know, the pandemic, I was homeschooling them. And I told them, I was like, Christopher Columbus didn't discover here. You know, I was like, yo, here was already discovered by Aboriginal people. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So, you know, they just, you know, we already know who doesn't want the real truth out. Because if a lot of people actually know who they are, where they really come from, that will empower them. That's why all of these people that's been assassinated, all of these, you know, people that was empowering movements, you know, starting revolutions and all this other stuff, they took them out. Because, you know, we are the higher beings. You know what I'm saying? We are the higher beings. You know? That's why sometimes if you vibrate at a high frequency, you know, you'll make low vibrational people move the fuck away from you. You know what I'm saying? They'll move far away from you because you're vibrating at a high frequency that you know what I'm saying, they can't deal with. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So, you know, and when you vibrating at a high frequency, all you're gonna do is attract people that's vibrating on a high frequency level as you too. You know, that's what I did a long time ago. You know, I had to like detach myself and remove myself from a lot of homies that I'm cool with. Why? It wasn't because I think I'm better than them. You know, I don't think that I'm better than anybody. But also at the same time, I'm wise enough to understand, I'm wise enough to understand and understand that, you know, I'm different. And when I say I'm different, you know, I rather have intellectual conversations. I'd rather be around people that will, you know, motivate me, inspire me, uplift me, than to be around people that want to just tear me down and speak negatively about me. You get what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's not going to get you nowhere. You know how many people, like, you know, and again, I'm not saying I'm Mr. Perfect or anything like that, because I'm not perfect. You know, I made a lot of mistakes. I did a lot of negative, you know what I'm saying? But at one point, as you get older in age, when do you, you know, get older mentally and say, all right, man, I'm tired of going to jail, or I'm tired of doing crimes? You know what I'm saying? When do you change your ways and your lifestyle? You know what I'm saying? You got to, you know, and stuff like that. You know, I could come on YouTube and tell prison stories all day long. You know what I'm saying? But that's not me. There's a lot of content creators that, you know, not a lot, but, you know, there's a good amount that's what they do. They tell jail stories. That's them. You know what I'm saying? When I do it, when I tell my old school stories, it's to motivate and let the youth know, because I be doing mentorship, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So when I share my stories, it's to let them know, like, yo, if I didn't change the way I was living, I probably wouldn't be here right now. You know what I'm saying? I'd be in prison for the rest of my life, or I would be underground. You know what I'm saying? And gone. So that's how I tell my story. I don't brag. You know what I'm saying? The ones who was with me doing what I was doing, they know what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So, you know, so again, when I share my story of the things that I used to do that was negative, again, it's to show and let that youth know, like, listen, man, if I was doing crimes back then and I got caught for them when there wasn't no cameras, how you think you gonna get away with a crime when there's cameras everywhere? Shoot, Teslas that drive by, in any Tesla car or Tesla SUV, they have cameras. They recording. A lot of people don't even know that Teslas got cameras on them. They do. There's cameras everywhere. There's cameras in stop traffic lights. There's cameras in certain neighborhoods that are bad. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So, come on, like, you know, but again, some people just have to go through certain things for them to learn. And I was one of those people. And that's because I was stubborn when I was young. I didn't want nobody to tell me what to do, how to do it, when to do it. I wanted to do things on my own. But unfortunately, me being stubborn, I had to go to prison multiple times for me to, like, you know what I'm saying? And what really woke me up is there was a lot of older dudes in the prisons that I went to that was much older than me. And they all gravitated towards my energy. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. And they would give me knowledge, give me game, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. Like, yo, I'm in here for the rest of my life. The only time I'm leaving this prison is when I'm dead. You know what I'm saying? And they put me in a body bag and take me out of this prison. You have a release date. So when you go out there, make the best of it. You know what I'm saying? Do something. They like, yo, you got a strong voice. You got strong energy, you know, and it's crazy because a few of the prisons that I went to, they already knew who I was. You know what I'm saying? They just didn't know how I looked like, but they heard the name in the streets. You know what I'm saying? And that's how much I was wilding out. Again, not to brag, not to act like, oh, I'm the biggest, toughest guy or whatever. No, my name was just infamous in the streets because of the things that I was doing. So once I came in, they're like, oh, so now we could put the face to the name. And I'm looking at them like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? They're like, oh, yeah, we heard about you, what you was doing out there, wilding out and this and that and this, but we just didn't know how you looked. You know what I'm saying? And they all gave me respect because, again, even when I was young and dumb and ignorant and doing foolish things, I always had respect. You know what I'm saying? If we were standing in front of a store and customers are trying to get in, you know, I was one of those guys that would be like, yo, you know, somebody's grandmother's trying to get inside the store, make some way. You know what I'm saying? If she had a bunch of bags in her hand, you know, I was one of the guys that was like, yo, let's help this lady carry these bags, you know, inside her crib or whatever. If we was just, you know, posted up on the block, you know what I'm saying? So I was never ignorant, you know what I mean? I just was doing foolish things, that's it. But I was always smart, intelligent, you know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So I just, you know, again, was stubborn. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like people telling me what to do. How can I do it? That's why I made a post on my channel and was like, yo, when I was growing up, I didn't have no big homies. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have no original OGs, original gangsters. I had elders and people that was much older than me that was offering us guidance. That was the OGs that I had. OGs that was offering guidance. Not original gangsters and none of that. Not to say that I didn't grow up around them. I'm just saying, like, you know, a lot of these gang members have OGs, big homies, and all of this other stuff. Me and my crew, we didn't have. We all was generals. We all moved. Nobody was telling us anything to do and be crash dummies. We was just doing it because we was doing it. Again, we was young and dumb. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that we didn't know what we were doing was wrong. We did know that. But at the time, the way we was living, we just didn't give a fuck. You know, and I lost a lot of homies. You know what I'm saying? A lot of friends that I lost. And that was kind of like my wake-up call. You know, when I was in prison, and this older dude who I used to call OG, and I was like, he sat me down and was like, yo, how many friends you lost to the streets? And I was like, yo, I lost about, you know, at that time it was like maybe 10 to 20 homies, real close homies of mine. And he was like, so if you continue doing what you're doing, what do you think is gonna happen to you? You know what I'm saying? And I never even sat down and thought about that at that time. I didn't think about that shit at all. You know what I'm saying? Again, we was living that fast life, you know, and that's what a lot of these youth be doing. They don't think about tomorrow. They don't even think about 5 years from that day. They don't even think 10 years from that day. You know what I'm saying? And we're the only race that's sitting here wiping out each other over meaningless things. Other nationalities ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? The only way their bodies is dropping is through some real war. And when I say real war, y'all already know what I'm talking about. Like, you know, Palestine, Israel, and you know, all these other places. It's a lot of like wars going on and all this other stuff in those countries. So those bodies is dropping because of those reasons. These dudes they're not standing on no corner going against the other street corner crew, and they're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're the only race that's sitting here wiping out each other for no apparent reason. You know, which we're doing we're doing the work for these people at the end of the day.
Isn't that weird that that's a big deal?
But again, yeah, I'm not trying to get all preachy. I'm not no preacher. I'm not a pastor. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no reverend. I'm just saying, like, when do we wake up and say, I want better for myself and I want better for my children? You know what I'm saying? I want to make my family proud. You know, I want to be able to, you know, buy a house for my moms and my pops, or, you know, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? Like, when do you wake up and say you want better for yourself? You know, it all starts with you. It all starts with you, that individual. You know what I'm saying? To make a change. You can't tell other people to make a change and you're not changing. Like, I always thought that was crazy. People be telling other people to change, but yet they're not changing. People are telling people don't run on egos, but they got the biggest ego. You know what I'm saying? People are telling people, oh, vibrate at a high frequency, and they vibrating at a low frequency. Like, make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? If I don't have $1 million, how do I tell someone how to get $1 million? Make that make sense. I see people be having these conversations like, oh yeah, buy some property, but you don't even own no property. Like, dudes are sitting here buying gold chains. Like, gold is cool if you buying jewelry, but that ain't really enough money that you gonna get for that. You know what I'm saying? There's not enough of us talking about, you know, having financial literacy, owning property. You know what I'm saying? Starting a Roth account for your children. So, you know, one day when you know, when the higher power, the Most High says, well, I want to take you and make you become an angel, You know what I'm saying? Like, what are your children gonna have? You know what I'm saying? Like, there's not enough of those conversations. Those conversations is happening, but it's not happening enough. You know what I'm saying? Not too many people's talking about it. Like, look on YouTube. It's a bunch of negative things that be at the top of the algorithm. You know what I'm saying? Negative shit that be at the top of the algorithm. Like, you know, again, no disrespect to nobody. If that's what you want to do, that's cool. You know, do that. You know, I'm not making you or forcing you or telling you to do something else, but it's just like, come on. But that's the times that we living in, you know. Same thing with the music. You see that the type of music they pushing out. Not saying they didn't do it back in my time, but at least back in the 90s, there was a balance. You know what I'm saying? There was some form of balance. Now there's no balance. Everything is just trash. Everything is just, you know, there's still good music out there, of course. You got to go look for it. You got to find it, because you're not going to hear the good music on the radio. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to hear it. So you got to go look for it. You got to find that. You know? Salute. Grand Rising, Ms. D. You know, you got to go find the good music and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? You got to check for that. But it's a lot of ignorance out here. Like, I don't listen, like, I be seeing dudes listening to Sexy Red and all of these other people. It's just like trash. You don't see why they promote her. I heard she just came out with a cosmetic line with a bunch of like different names. I think it's a perfume she pushed out, and she got a perfume called Chlamydia, this one called Gonorrhea. Like, that's what you doing? But again, hey, you know what I'm saying? It's different strokes for different folks. You know, I get that, but that ain't my type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't my type of shit. So it is what it is. And females will go out there and they will buy those perfumes with those names on it. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately. Now I feel like, you know, back in my time, the gangster rap and all of that shit was to attack young men like me. Now I feel like it's for damn, I should take that spot, man. I feel like now, oh shit, there's a parking spot over there. I feel like now it's attacking young girls now. You know what I'm saying? With these female rappers. That's what I feel like. You know what I'm saying? They pushing out those type of music, you know what I'm saying, to do what they did to the teenage boys back in the days, back in the 90s with the gangster rap and all that other shit. Now they doing it with these young girls. You know what I'm saying? That music ain't empowering girls. It's telling girls to fuck niggas for money. You know what I'm saying? Do this for money, do that. Don't fall in love. All that other shit, dog. It's just like, it's low vibrational, man. Low frequency music. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. You know? I just think I saw crazy. Salute, Ronan. What's going on, bro? But yeah, again, I ain't trying to be preachy up on here. You know what I'm saying? But I more wanted to talk about, since a few of y'all came in late, did y'all see that the White House spoke on that Bayside Mall alien incident? Did y'all see that on the news? They came out and talked about that Bayside Mall in Miami alien incident. You know, they talked about that on the news, and I thought that was crazy. The White House speaker mentioned it on the news. You know, so I want to see if y'all caught that. You know. So basically, the alien thing that happened January 1st of this year, that went viral, where it showed all those massive Miami police shut down the whole strip and all this other stuff. The footage is real. The White House got the footage, and they said if any reporter or anyone puts out the footage from that TikToker, the TikToker's name is guy named fits. So the White House actually took his footage, or the feds took his footage, and they got it. It's classified footage now. And they saying any reporter, anybody that puts the footage out, you be subject to legal actions. We all know what legal actions mean. It's a dress-up word for your ass is going to be arrested. Let me see. Aliens. What about real issues? Nah, I was talking about real issues too. I'm just saying, like, how, you know, for years they were saying there's no such thing as UFOs and aliens. You know, I just brought it up to say, like, how, you know. Yeah. They came out. I caught it on Instagram. Somebody uploaded it on Instagram. You know, it was off of TikTok, but it made its way to Instagram. So the White House speaker, the Haitian lady, the black lady, she's Haitian if y'all don't know. But anyways, besides that, she did a press conference talking about it. She's like, hey, we got the footage and it's classified footage now. The feds is still investigating. And any reporter and anyone that puts out a footage, you know, because they know people might have some copies of it, because the dude put it on a VHS. The last interview I seen the kid do, he did a video. I mean, he did an interview, and he said he took the footage and uploaded or put it on a VHS. He put it on a VHS. So the House Speaker for the White House was like, yo, it's classified documents now, and any reporter or anyone that puts the footage out is going to be subject to legal actions. Right, Keita. I just heard about the story. No. Yeah, of course, they dumbing us down. Of course, but it's for you, the individual, not to be dumbed down. You know what I'm saying? To be enlightened and to be awake on what's going on and not be sleeping. Because there's a lot of sheepos out here that's sleeping, unfortunately. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they see, they automatically believe it, especially off of mainstream news, you know. And I'm not saying everything, you know, is facts. But of course, you got to do your research. You know what I'm saying? Because things will get presented a certain way to you. But then when you look into it, you're like, yo, they said it was this. Just like the earthquakes, Helene and Milton, that happened. It happened in those cities and in those towns because they want to flip them into smart cities. That's one. And two, those areas produce certain things that is natural resources. I'm not going to talk too much, but y'all know they do it in third world countries. You know, whatever natural resource you got, they'll come in, give you some chump change and start mining. You know what I'm saying? Start mining from that area, getting all the natural resources. Why you think we can't go to Antarctica? You know, why you think we can't go see Antarctica? You can only reach a certain point. If you go beyond that, they shut you down. You know? Oh yeah, correct. That's another thing too. When they tell you to look left, you're really supposed to be looking right. When they tell you to look forward, you're really supposed to look behind you. You know what I'm saying? So that's another thing they've been doing. You know, mind games, you know, MK Ultra type of shit. That's why they put out certain things like how you said earlier, Ronan, about the dumbing people down. You know what I'm saying? That's why they do what they do, and they've been doing it. And it's not no secret because CIA done put out the documents about mind control and all this other stuff where they say, oh, we use it on our enemy, but no, they was testing it on the people. You know what I'm saying? Make it make sense. And they've been doing that. Like I saw a documentary like 2 weeks ago about how America, when they found out that Germany made their what kind of gas again was it? Don't quote me on it, but Roland, you might be able to tell me because you was in the military. I think it was the mustard gas or whatever. It's a real harsh gas that they made. You know what I'm saying? And they tested it on their own soldiers. You know what I'm saying? They tested it on their own soldiers. And you know who they chose to test it on. You know what I'm saying? This color right here. You know what I mean? They tested it on those soldiers. They didn't use, you know, the white stripes. They didn't use them. They used the black, you know what I'm saying, to test it on. Yeah, I think it was the mustard gas, because they wanted to know, like, how did Germany make it? And then when they finally made their own, they tested it on their own American soldiers. You know what I'm saying? They tested it on. So that's telling you everything right there. It's another thing too I wanted to mention, man. You know, like I'm down at the hospital now. I'm about to do like a physical. You know, every year I do a physical, you know, check for this, check for that. You know, when we get older in age, we got to start doing these things. You know what I'm saying? Don't be ignorant and say, oh, I don't want to go to the hospital. You know, it's your choice. You know, I get how some people are with the jabs and stuff like that. That's not what I'm saying, but doing your physicals and, you know, checkups on your lead level, you know, checking your blood for certain things. These things we should be doing and talking about as well too. You know, because we already know there's a lot of things that we putting in our temples that's contaminated. You know what I'm saying? And it's causing this problem, this issue, that issue. So, you know, we supposed to do that as we get older in age. You know, I already had some tests done a week before my birthday. So then I had this appointment set up today for me to come down and do a physical and also do some blood work and check for certain things. You know what I mean? We got to definitely do these things. Minerals, yeah, definitely minerals. All types of natural resources. You know what I'm saying? They'll suck it out of your country, you know, whatever. But there's a lot of things that, you know, like I said, where these hurricanes came by, Tampa, North Carolina, Central Florida, you know, wherever else, they saying these lands mass produce certain things. You know what I'm saying? So that's telling you everything right then and there, you know? So like I said, man, we just, you know what I mean? Gotta be mindful and pay attention, you know? That's why I always had a mantra. I already got a hoodie made that says, stay vigilant, move militant. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we got to do out here, you know, because they trying to, you know, well, not trying. They've been taking us out. You know what I'm saying? The old our ancestors and, you know, our elders and stuff. And now they working on, you know, now our children, the youth. You know, that's why they pushing all these agendas and stuff like that. You know, they trying to normalize certain things to make the child who's super innocent to already get into their subconscious and let them know, like, oh, yeah, this is cool. You can be that way. You know, you could be, you know, you could wake up as Tommy and, you know, the next day you could be Tasha if you want. You know what I'm saying? Or you could be Jennifer if you want. Like, make it make sense. Where they do that at? Like, come on. So they pushing that agenda and trying to normalize a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Just the tea, please. Grand Rising, peace to you. Grand Rising and peace. You know what I'm saying? So they trying to normalize a lot of things out here. And you know what I'm saying? That's why I'm already enlightening my children and educating my children. Like, listen, man, you know, son, it's not cool to do that. My daughter, it's not cool to do that. Now, when they become grown adults, and if they choose to do that, then that's on them. But as far as them being 8 and 6 years old, nah, I'm letting them know it's not cool. And I'm active at this school. I go to the parent-teacher meetings, and I told all their teachers, like, listen, in my house, we don't subscribe to this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even want to say I respect it. I see what's going on, and I'm aware to what's going on, but my children don't have to accept that. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. They treat everybody equal. They super respectful. You know, I had a conversation with my daughter's teacher the other day. You know, I thought I was going to get a bad phone call, and she's like, oh, your daughter's doing great. I just wanted to tell you, like, you know, I'm not shocked, but, you know, your daughter's the most polite student that I have in my class. And I'm like, well, shit. Me and her mother tell them that when they leave the house to still be respectful to elders, teachers, and all this other stuff, you know. And I also tell them too to look out for other things. Hey, if you're getting, you know, a certain way, You better let mommy and daddy know so we can handle it, because there's a lot of that going on too on these children. You know, that's why I never understood how parents would just drop their daughters or drop their sons off. Oh yeah, let me just drop them at the soccer. You ain't got nothing going on. Why not stay at the soccer practice? For little did you know, the coach is taking your daughter. Oh, you need to go to the bathroom? Instead of calling a female and saying, hey, take little Jennifer to the bathroom, he's going in there. Like, come on. Like me, I'm super active. I don't play that. You know, if y'all seen that video where I took my children to a trampoline park, everywhere I move, they move. And they know how to move because daddy moves militant. So they already on militant time. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So they already know. Grand Rising. Yeah, man. For real. I tell my children, I'm not gonna, if like, let's just say if my daughter had dance class, me or her mother is going to be at that. And if we can't, their grandmother's gonna be there, their uncle's gonna be there, their aunt's gonna be there. I never understood, even when I was coaching, like half of the parents would just drop their children. I'm not saying I'm not a trustworthy person, but I'm just saying, like, ma'am, you just got off of work. Practice is only like an hour. You can't just sit and, oh, I gotta go home and, you know, you deal with them. And it was like half of the time, it wasn't like I was coaching or the coaching staff wasn't coaching. We was like babysitters. I'll never forget, like, one coach called me and the other coaches and was like, oh, can we go to his son's high school because his son's acting up? And I'm like, but that's your son, sir. That's not my son. And at that time, I didn't have children. So I'm like, yo, but that's your son. And he was like, oh, but he really listens to y'all. So I get the fact because, you know, besides my parents, I had other mentors, or I had like basketball coaches that I looked up to that, you know what I'm saying, that was good men and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they would always, again, give me knowledge and wisdom and stuff like that. That's cool. But as a parent, you got to be a parent. I can't parent your child. That's your job. That ain't my job. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So half of the time it became that, you know, it was like babysitting, you know, but I get how some children don't really, you know, they don't really respect their parent, but they might listen to their football coach. They don't listen to their parents, but they'll listen to their basketball coach. Sometimes those type of things happen, but I'm not trying to be the friends of my children. I let them know. I remember the first time my son said, what's up, bro? To me, I said, I'm not your bro. I'm your daddy. And ever since then, he ain't never tried that with me ever again. Because I'm not your bro. Yeah, I'm gonna put you in a comfortable space to where you can share things with me and you're not going to be afraid to communicate with me. But at the end, well, from the beginning to the end, I'm daddy. I'm your father, not your bro. You know what I'm saying? Your friends at school, those are your bros. You know, I'm daddy. I'm your father. You know, but yeah, man. So it's a lot of things, man, again, going on, man, that, you know, again, I'm not trying to save the world. I wish I could, you know, I wish I could save the world. I can only really save myself, my family, my children. That's all. Because when, you know, shit hits the fan, you know, like I say on here, you know what I mean? And that, again, it's not me bragging. It's just saying I've been in my area for a super long time. So I know everyone, you know, that's from my street to 3 blocks away, 4 blocks away. I know everyone in that area. Everyone knows me. You know what I'm saying? We all know one another in my area. We all, you know, got like history with each other. We got like 20 years plus, you know what I'm saying, of friendship. So everybody in my area, I'm straight. Like they said, one man can start a revolution, but it takes a mass of people to keep that revolution going. You know, and that's true. But again, it all first starts with yourself, the individual. Before you can help somebody, you got to be able to help yourself. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. You know, so that's what it's about, man. If you can't help yourself, how can you help anybody else? You know what I mean? That can't happen. Make it make sense, you know? But again, I'm not trying to be preachy up here. Because again, I ain't no preacher. You know what I'm saying? I just try to drop some knowledge and speak on factual things that a lot of people don't want to speak on, or when you start saying certain things, they want to look at you and, oh, where are you getting your information from? And start questioning what you're talking about. And it's like, what do you mean? So you're not listening to the message. You just like already got in your mind that what I'm saying, you know, you more worried about where did I get that from or whatever. It's like, that's not even the importance of where I got it from, you know, and the truth shouldn't make nobody uncomfortable. But again, we're in a day, we're in a time, we're in an era where the truth is a lie and the lie is the truth. And that's crazy to me. You know, you got people, you know, believing in people that are straight up lying. Straight up lying. And they take it like it's the gospel word. You know what I'm saying? Or, yeah, that word is bond. He ain't telling no lies. And it's just like, nigga, you know he's lying. But you think that's the truth? But this person is speaking the truth, but you think they're lying. Like, make it make sense. But again, what I had to realize is that it's not about the truth. It's not even about the lies. It's about who's more liked. You know what I'm saying? If I'm speaking about one of y'all, right, and I'm lying, they're not taking my side because of the lie. They're taking my side because I'm more liked than the other person that I'm talking about. And that's wicked and crazy to me. That's something I'll never understand. That don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? People just be riding with people that be straight up lying, but they riding with the person because they like that person and they dislike the other person. So they automatically pick a side. You know what I'm saying? And me, in certain situations, yeah, you got to pick a side. Like if somebody's kicking facts, I was always taught and raised that you always roll with the facts. Like my father always told me, man, if you want to be a murderer, you want to kill people with the facts. Don't go grab no gun and shoot nobody and kill somebody. Kill them with the facts. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. That's what I was taught. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. But I never understood how people just ride with somebody because that person's liked. Some people know how to talk better than others. You know what I'm saying? So if you got the gift of gab, of course people gonna side with you because you got the personality. You know how to keep people engaged with what's coming out your mouth. Some people are good with words. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, pause with what comes out your mouth. I need to say that, no diddy. But yeah, so I never understood that. Like I got some homies that thought they could play on my conscience by telling me a bunch of lies about another homie, but they know how I am. You know what I'm saying? I've always been smart up here. So hold on. So he did this to you, he did that for no apparent reason, homie? For no apparent reason. He just one day just woke up and said he's gonna do this to you and do that to you. Nah, but what happened was, yeah, nigga, go lie to someone else, cause you know me, you can't play on my conscience, my nigga. You're not gonna play victim and have me, oh, I feel bad for you. He really did that. Well, let me have a nah. That's why people didn't play with me. That's why people either love me or they don't have to. You know what I'm saying? Because again, once I see the funniness, once I see the bullshit, I'm gonna call you out on it. I've always been like that. That's why people don't play with me. You know what I'm saying? I've always been like that. Always been like that. I always gave respect to get respect. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. Now, once you violate, you know what I'm saying? You cross that line, you did some disloyal shit, you disrespected. Now, you know what I'm saying? Now I just move different. Back then, I just moved off of my anger. It was like, oh, word? You just did some disloyal shit? Well, here's a knuckle sandwich to your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying? Here's a punch to your face. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever. Now, I don't got time to be putting hands on nobody. I'm too grown. You know, now it's like, oh, okay, I see how so-and-so's moving. I'm going to just detach myself and remove myself from that person. You get what I'm saying? And I've always been the person that I like saying that I don't fall out with people. And people fall out with me. And what I mean by that is like, I don't be doing people wrong. I don't do nobody wrong. I was always taught respect. You know, if somebody do you wrong, don't match the energy. But again, when I was young and dumb, that's what I used to do. Oh, word, you want to be disloyal? Well, let me be disloyal back. Oh, word, you disrespecting? Let me disrespect back. Now, I ain't got time for that. I'm just going to remove myself, and then you're going to realize that, damn, that nigga was a real one. Damn, I fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I've never been the double back. I don't do no U-turns. You know what I'm saying? I don't let me come back around 5 years later. You want to be friends? Because once you show me who you are, it's a wrap. I don't respect you no more. I'm not going to look at you the same. Yeah, I might accept you, you know what I'm saying? But things ain't never going to really be the same no more. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. You know, I be seeing people slandering people on social media, and it's just like, yo, you got the person's phone number. Why don't you just call and have a conversation? But of course, you know, a lot of us move off of our anger. We move off of our feelings, off of our emotions, and let it get the best of us, cloud up our judgment. And then now you're like, damn, I took it too far. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I should have picked up the phone and gave this person a phone call and had a conversation. But a lot of people say they grown. They're not grown. You know what I'm saying? And my father used to say mad shit to me, man, that when I was a teenager, I didn't overstand shit. It's till I got older I overstand. You know, and my father passed away in 2012. But he used to say a lot of enlightening shit because he was super intelligent, and I didn't get it. And he would say to me, when you grow up, not age-wise, but when you grow up mentally and you reflect and look back, you'll understand a lot of things that I was telling you when you was younger. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem. A lot of people they growing up age-wise, but they're not growing up mentally. And a lot of people don't even act their age. They act their shoe size. That's another thing too. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, man, I ain't got time for bullshit. Yeah, I don't do funny. Yeah, facts, man. I ain't trying to be no clown in nobody's circus, man. For real. You want to be a clown in that person's circus? Salute to you. More power to you. That's about it. I've never been a nigga that people can play on my conscience and send me on dummy missions, tell me to do this, do that. Again, I was a nigga that even the elders used to get mad at me. You know what I'm saying? Oh, why don't you try it this way? Why don't you do it that way? Nah, that worked for you. I'm going to do it my way. You know what I'm saying? Even if they was telling me something, of course, telling me something positive, you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to do it my way. I felt, you know, my way was the best way. But sometimes you realize, damn, your way didn't even work. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, that's how I am, man. I respect people. You know, I'm a super loyal person. And that's another thing that I had to learn, too. Don't put expectations on human beings. That was my mistake when I was young and dumb. I was putting high expectations on human beings. And when I got disappointed, it really affected me and it didn't affect them. You know what I'm saying? When they did some disloyal shit, you know what I'm saying? And I was naive, like this person was already disloyal. They just didn't do it to me at that particular time. But then when it got done to me, I started like, oh, you know, seeing certain shit. You know what I mean? But that was my issue. You know, when I was younger, I was naive because, you know, I try to see the best out of people. You know what I'm saying? That's why they say when somebody shows you who they are, you got to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that there's, you know, they're going to change. Nah, especially if they did it multiple times. Why even play baseball and get 3 strikes, you're out? So they disrespected you one time. Then they disrespected you a second time. And then now you're giving them a third chance again? That's the same thing with dealing with somebody in a relationship. If somebody cheats on you, you think that they're not going to cheat again? Oh, I'm going to take you back. And, you know, you better not do it again. Nah, man, listen, man. If they cheated, that means that they wasn't for you in the first place. That's how I look at shit now. I look at things in a whole different mind frame. You know, if I lose a friend, that person wasn't even my friend. You know what I'm saying? If I was in a relationship with a female and, you know, things didn't work out, that wasn't the female that I'm supposed to be in a relationship with. We get too caught up and be like, oh, come back to me. I want you. And no, if the person did some disloyal shit to you, then they're not for you. But people still deal with the situations. For real. Yeah, exactly. Go with your gut. Go with your gut feeling. Go with your intuition. You know, if you step into a room and in your gut, you know, your intuition is telling you, yo, it's not safe in here. It's not safe in there. You know? And my mom's is like one of these people that be having like premonitions and stuff. Like she used to tell me and my bro, like, hey, I had a dream last night. Don't get in none of your friends' cars. And I, you know, again, young and dumb. Mom, what are you talking about? Well, let me tell you what was the dream. You and your brother got in y'all friend's car and the friend did a drive-by shooting or whatever. And y'all got, you know, y'all basically went down for it and stuff like that. And it be close to what she talks about. The shit actually be happening. You know what I'm saying? It'd be like, my brother will remind me all through the day, hey, remember, I'm going to go over here real quick or for a few. Don't get in nobody's car. And I'm like, yeah, you better remember too. Because my brother's 3 years older than me. So he'll be like, yo, and I'll be like, yo, you better remember too, don't get in nobody's car. And then sure enough, we'll hear a story like, oh, our homies got pulled over by the police and they got arrested. Yeah, you know, and me and my brother be looking at each other like, and that's something that, you know, when you tapped in, you know, people will say spiritually, people will say like energy wise, whatever label or title you want to put on it. When you just tapped in, when you know, that's why like I love who I am, because I wouldn't trade it for nothing, because I could see bullshit a mile away before it even comes close to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I could read somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'll meet somebody through someone else. They be like, oh, yo, Mel, this is my mutual friend, Tyrone, whoop-de-woo. And I'll dap Tyrone up and I'll be like, yo, homie, let me holler at you real quick. Yo, I just shook your man's hand. And you say that's your man? I felt a cold soul. That nigga's hands was super cold. You know what I'm saying? And then time goes by. Yo, you were right about Tyrone, my nigga. Like, yo, he did some grimy shit. I let the nigga in my crib. My money was missing. Or he ended up, you know what I'm saying? It'd be some story and it'd be like, yo, you've always been like a good read of people's characters and stuff like that. I don't know. Like, again, when it's in you, it's in you. You know, that's why they say, you know, like you get things, you act like your parents and your grandparents. You know, you'll favor some of their characteristics. That's true. You know what I'm saying? You're like, we all will act like our dads and we'll act like our moms. You know what I'm saying? We'll have both of those. And a lot of things is genetic anyways. We know that. You know, that's why they say, oh, if there's a heart, if like your family members got heart problems, more than likely you might end up with it. You know what I'm saying? If your family got like diabetic issues, more than likely you'll become diabetic. You know, a lot of things is genetic. So my grandmother used to be like that. My mother's mother was like that. You know what I'm saying? She was super tapped in with the whole universe and everything like that. She used to have mad premonitions. Yep. Mom's on point. You know what I'm saying? So you doing what you say? I'm here, yard work. So yeah, man, like, you know, don't dismiss certain people's informations. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of us will do that. It's another thing too I had to learn, not to share my dreams with certain people. Because a lot of times when we think, you know, this person actually cares about us, that person don't care. So when you sharing your dream and your goals, they shitting on you like, oh, you wanna be a basketball coach? That's not gonna work for you. You know what I'm saying? The person's already like shitting on you. You know, and I used to do that a lot. I used to share my dreams and goals that I wanted to achieve with a lot of people, and they was just dismissing me like, I don't think you should do that. You know what I'm saying? That ain't you or whatever, just, you know, knocking me down. But again, I've always been the person, I'll ask somebody a question, but I'm not rolling with what you tell me. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. I'm gonna make my own decision. I just want to see where your mind is at. And Libras, we do that. We play dumb, we play stupid, but we're super tapped in. You know what I'm saying? We're the cardinal sign. Natural born leaders. We're not followers. You know, and that's another thing why a lot of people, you know, some people don't like me. It's because, again, they can't, you know, I'm on a level, you know. Again, I'm not better than nobody. It's not what I'm saying. But again, when you're mentally tapped in and you vibrating at a high frequency, it's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? I call out bullshit once I see it. I don't got time for games and all this other shit. I'm not going to be part of your circus and none of that. Once I see the funniness, you do something funny, you moving funny, I'm just not going to go argue with you or nothing like that. Peace, love, child. Peace. Salute. Oh, yeah, just to let y'all know, too, if y'all looking for beats, Ocean, I know you got the YouTube channel. If you're looking for like an intro for your YouTube channel, been with Love Child. She's a producer. She got super dope beats. You know what I'm saying? She'll work with your budget, all that good stuff. Any of y'all, if y'all looking for beats for whatever reason, if y'all are singers, rappers, whatever, tap in with Love Child. She's a producer. You know what I'm saying? She got nothing but fire. You know what I mean? Nothing but fire. You know what I'm saying? She got that sauce. If you're looking for that sauce, she got that sauce. She's not going to give you the ingredients, but she got that sauce. You heard? She got that sauce. Yeah, Ronan too. I know you got a YouTube channel too, Ronan. You said so. If you're looking for intros, outros, whatever, tap in with Love Child. You know what I'm saying? She got super dope beats. But yeah, like I don't know if y'all seen it. I dropped the interview with my bro, my homie, my friend that I got like 30 years plus history with. He's Donna Summers' nephew. He's Bobby Brown's cousin. He's been in the music industry for like 25 years. He did songs with KRS-One, Ray J, worked with top-notch producers such as Details. Details is a producer that was on Convict Music. He's worked with Lil Wayne. My homie done produced songs. He's the only rapper that has a song with Donna Summers, and stuff like that. And because that's his aunt, she didn't do the song because of that. He was grinding for years. You know what I'm saying? And he don't even be putting that information out because he don't want people to, give him interviews just because of his aunt. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. So he always stood 10 toes on his own with his own name. He wants to work with nothing but up and coming producers and artists that is not known, that's up and coming, because he wants to, help them how to make money and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? How to get their publishing and stuff like that. So, he's been in the movie industry as well too. He's made not made movies, but starred in some movies like Shatter Island. There's some other ones too. Y'all could check the interview because he mentions it in the interview. I forgot. But that's my homie. I grew up with him. We got history together. He owns his own credit card processing company. So he's also an entrepreneur. He's a musician as well. So he don't just rap, does a lot of things. His name is Omega Red. That's his name, Omega Red. But yeah, man, y'all could check out that interview. It's on my channel. I had dropped it yesterday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but y'all could be part of the replay gang and check that interview out. I got some more interviews up and coming. I got another homie that I grew up with who actually is a barber, and he was the barber on the Stars series that was called P Valley. He's the one who was cutting every guy's hair on that set. He also was the barber, the main barber on the BET New Edition special. He cut all the actors' hair on that. He also did the Bobby Brown one too. He's got big things right now. He's on the Tyler Perry set. He's cutting those actors' hair and stuff like that. I don't know if it's a movie or a TV series that Tyler Perry's dropping, but yeah, that's somebody I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? That's also in the industry and stuff like that. So big things happening, So how am I gonna pull out? But anyways, yeah. So yeah, I have a few interviews coming up with business owners. I have a couple of homies that I got history with. They own their own barbershops. So I'm gonna interview them so they could talk about being a black business owner, the up and downs. A good friend of mine, female friend of mine, who's owned a salon for at least like more than 15 years. So I got to, interview with her. Another female homie of mine who owns her own salon and stuff like that. So, I will definitely keep y'all, keep y'all tuned in on those interviews, you know what I'm saying, and stuff like that. So I'm just, going around doing interviews with, some people that I know that's in the industry and, local people that I grew up with that are, black business owners and stuff like that, that's in their careers, that could talk about the careers for the viewers who might be thinking about becoming a stylist or becoming a mass barber and stuff like that. Because my man, if anybody's on IG, he goes by Carved by J. That's what he goes by, Carved by J on Instagram. And his page is open to the public, so y'all can see, everybody's hair that he cut, from Denzel Washington to basketball players to rappers and all that stuff, man. So Boston got a lot of stars, man. It ain't just Benzino. People think it's just Benzino, You know, that's the ones those are the names that we hear, we know about, because, you know, they advertise the most. Benzino, Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, you know, Bobby Brown, New Edition. But there's other people, there's some other stars that I grew up with too that's in the industry. You know what I'm saying? And stuff like that. I just don't talk about it. You know, they know. You know, that's how we are. We don't be trying to gain props off of someone else's name. You know what I'm saying? The ones who's around, they know, they know. So yeah, y'all could check for those interviews I'm dropping and stuff like that. Yeah, just to keep y'all updated on things like that. That's what I'm gonna be doing, man. And I also have a sports podcast that I'm working on, and that's gonna be coming soon as well too. And I actually spoke to Love Child on, you know, making us a beat so we can have as the theme music for the podcast. But I don't want to talk too much on that. When it happens, I'll let y'all know. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I've been talking for too long. You know what I'm saying? Just had to tap in with y'all family. Y'all already know. But yeah, I'm gonna try to keep going live more and more. But y'all enjoy y'all day. Stay blessed. Be safe out here. You know what I'm saying? Like I like to say, stay vigilant and move militant. Peace. I'm out.